Good evening everyone. You join us here for the Revs Challenge Clio Cup from Barbagallo. Just to introduce myself, my name is Mark Harris, part of the sim racing community, various places, looking at potentially getting into a bit of broadcasting in the future, so what an ideal opportunity to give it a go. 15 cars on the grid, some names I know, some names I don't, which is why we've got the big pointy arrow things at the cars this evening, just so I know who's who. There's quite a lot of people are running the standard Clio paints. Just coming to the end of practice now. As you can see at the top, 2 minutes 40 to go. Currently Ivo Pavkis on pole, Peter Brandsma very very close, 0.08 of a second. So hopefully those guys will have a good race. We've got Andres Iten, Kevin Cox, Henry McAneil, and Anthony McAneil. It's interesting. Hope they're brothers. That'll be interesting to watch. Again, very very close in terms of pace. Top 8 covered in 1.2 seconds around this fast flowing Barbagallo circuit. When this comes to an end, we'll have I think it's a 20-minute qualifying session, then a 10-minute warm-up, of which I'll probably have a little break, and then we'll enter into race 1. So we're currently following Kevin Cox around at the moment. Currently lying in 4th place. Let's have a little move around Andy Simmons. Nice livery there, John Player special. In fact, let's follow on board so we're just going into the S's here at Barbagallo. Left, right, followed by a left. Blind left-hander, coming to the right-hander, flat through here, let the car run wide, then into a tight right, 3rd gear around here. I think the car in front's probably holding him up a little bit here, I have to say. Just coming to the end of practice, 44 seconds to go. Probably won't get another lap in, unfortunately, just to show around this Barbagallo circuit. Maybe we will actually. So come into the final right-hander, clip the apex, harden the throttle, run wide, nearly into the pit lane. Here we go, 1 minute 6 the lap. Turn 1. Quite a sharp braking zone. 3rd gear. Keep it tight on the inside. Run over that curb. Try and carry as much speed as we can through these S's, which are pretty much flat. Another little braking zone again, trying to keep it as tight to the apex as we can. Just the 2 corners to go now. Biggest braking point on the circuit. The car flow. Oh, and he's gone off. What a shame. Let's follow Henry. Next, everyone's coming to a standstill now. So we're at the end of practice. So at the end of practice we have Ivo Pavkis on pole for provisional there, fastest lap in practice of 1:03.7. Peter Brandsma very very close. Andy Iten and Kevin Cox again very close. Seems like there's going to be lots of little individual battles in this race. Sit between Ivo and Peter, Andres and Kevin, Cyril, and we've got Henry and Anthony McAneil very very close. Maybe Wilbert and Laszlo will give them a run as well. And a little gap to Andy, Cornelius, Nick Curry, Paul McLeod, Sharjah Riaz and Antoine Mazin. Okay, 15 seconds till qualifying starts. So we're going to make a break for the pit lane exit. There we go. Away we go with qualifying. Is anyone going to make a move? Nick Curry's going out, Cyril Werdman's going out. Let's follow Peter. So we have the green flag, we're ready to roll, away we go. Cars coming out onto the track now. Nick Curry seems to be leaving the pack, it's just letting Cyril go past. So it looks like Cyril's going to be putting in the first fastest lap, so let's follow him around. See what kind of lap time he can do. Nick Curry's gone off behind us. Let's have a quick little replay of that. Off he goes. It's okay. Let's follow Cyril's lap. Let's come down to the last turn now. Heavy on the brakes. Trying to get a good run onto the front straight. Quite a long qualifying session this for Clio's, I would say, 20 minutes. There's plenty of time for people to get their laps in, there's not massive pressure to get it done. So I think we might see some of the quicker laps happening towards the end of the session, especially as a bit more rubber gets on the track. Was a threat of rain for this race, which luckily never happened for the drivers, because rain in rFactor2 notoriously very, very difficult. We had a very, very short lap, coming to the end now. And it was a 1 minute 4.336. That's a very good lap time by Cyril to start us off with. While this is just happening, we'll just check that the replay thing's working. So let's have a look what happened to Nick here. I think I managed to get the replay thing working. Yeah, he just run wide. It's unlucky. Okay, so we will follow Peter Bransma. Currently 2/10 up on his best. Oh, spinning car in front of him. He's kept it nailed to the floor there. We'll watch the end of this lap and then we'll see what happened there. This comes into the final turn. Oh, big smash noise. Nick Curry's on his roof. Anyway, Peter Bransma does a 1 minute 4.111, which puts him just 500ths behind Ivo, so that's a good lap. Good stuff. So it seems like you have to have it in. So to do a replay, you have to rewind the thing back. Oh, he's just rolled over on the curb. Oh dear. Anyway, Ivo now is back out on track. Let's go on board with Ivo. So it's still very, very early in this session. Here all over the rev limiter, all over the curbs, run wide a little bit there, lost a bit of time. As Peter Bransma goes pole, we're 1 minute 3.988. Try to carry as much speed as we can through here, come as close to the edge as we can without running off. Unfortunately, one of the Macaneels did there. Come down the hill. Come into the right-hander. Can Ivo go quicker than his teammate Peter? Using all of the road, over the curb. And Ivo does a 1 minute 5.2, so this is a very slow lap. He continues though. We're watching for one more lap. Seems to be a lot of people going off. Very, very simple track this one, Barbagallo. Should result in quite a close grid. Again, seems like we've barely just started the lap and we're coming to the end. Trying to get a little bit of draft, brakes into the final turn. Hear the Clio engine screaming. What lap time has Ivo done this time? Ivo 104.0, very, very close, not quite close enough, 7 thousandths of a second behind. Let's have a look who else is on track. Let's try Wilbert, who is currently in the wall. So, not really sure what happened there. Let's, oh dear. Oh, Arlie just seemed to stop in the middle of the track, unfortunately, and Wilbert had nowhere to go. That's a shame for both of them. That was a strange accident. Let's go to Cyril, who I think is also on a fast lap. So anyway, that's 8 minutes gone pretty quickly. So we've got Peter Brandsma, 103.988, Ivo Pakvis, 700ths behind, Cyril Wordmiller, 3/10 behind. Oh, Peter Brandsma has gone even faster, 103.907. Still watching Cyril here. What can he do? Currently lying in third. Seems to be quite a big gap between the top two. Mid 4/10 is a pretty big gap in motorsport. Neat and tidy there from Cyril. What kind of lap have we got? And Cyril goes quicker. 104.0 puts him just 1/10 behind Peter. Good lap. Let's go to Anthony McAneel. Lots of traffic around. So our top 8 currently covered by a second. Next group very close until Sharjah Riaz, 2 seconds behind, and Mikhail Palusa and Nick Curry currently over 4 seconds behind, which on a lap that's in the 1 minute 3 that is a absolute country mile, unfortunately for them. So hopefully they nail their setup and their driving and they're able to catch up a bit. Let's see what Anthony can do. Currently in 7th, goes quicker, 104.6, puts him up into 6th place, leapfrogging Kevin. Kevin also on a fast lap again, coming into the final corner. Neat and tidy. Best is a 104.6. Kevin does a 104.2, 4/10 faster. That puts him up into 4th place. Great lap from Kevin. Who else can we follow? Who else can we unfollow, Jet? Under year 10. And he's coming down to the final corner. No, he's not. He's coming into the pits. So, halfway through the session, Peter Bransma on pole, 103.9. Cyril, 1.17 tenths behind in second. Ivo third, 1.52, very, very close. But he's coming across the line now. Goes faster with a 103.990. So close, 0.083 behind. Great lap from Ivo, very, very close at the top, swapping places. We seem to have a bit of a lull at the moment. Quite a few people going back out on the pits. Let's view Henry McAneil. Best 104.5. Currently in 7th place. Very tight little group in the middle. Didn't actually realise there's actually, my tower only shows 15 cars. There's actually 18 cars currently in this race. Anyway, coming into the final corner. Henry McAneil currently 7th place for 104.587. Runs a bit wide at the last corner. What lap time can he do? He does a slower of a 105.1. 5 tenths slower there. And he pulls off the track to reset his car. By now, Ivo should be on a fast lap. Indeed he is. I think this is his flying lap coming into the last corner. Oh, a bit of a wiggle. Big wiggle. But what can he do? Ivo comes across the line. 103.990 is best so far. In actual fact, he's starting his first lap. It's impossible to tell. So we're going and let's watch him go around. Very neat and tidy through turn 1. That was beautiful. As close as he can get to the edge of the track. Through these S's. As Nick Curry goes up into 8th place. Under a second, 0.981 behind the leaders. That's a great lap from Nick. As we still follow Ivo. Comes as close as the edge as he can into this braking zone. Just at the 50, getting the car all wobbled. Taking as much of the track as he can. That car's gone off. Is it going to affect his lap? No, it's not. Got a great run down the hill. My events tab is going absolutely mental with things going on. Anyway, 103.990 the time to beat. Across comes Ivo. He does a 103.874. He goes pole by 0.03 of a second. Now, has Peter got the answer to this? With 6 minutes to go. Peter out on track 2. Think he's on a fast lap. He's coming down a hill. His best is a 103.907, 103.874 to beat. It's that close. He does a... Oh, we don't know, because it wasn't his fast lap. This is his fast lap. Right, let's go on board. This is what the driver sees. Helpful little masking taped map of the track, I'm sure. The driver spent quite a lot of time looking at that. Not. Notice how smooth Peter is on the wheel. Changing up into as low gear as possible. Hear the engine roaring. That's Andy Simmons in front of us, currently 1.1 behind. It's going to get a little bit of a tow from him. So we're coming down the hill. What can Peter do? Pressure now to get this braking zone absolutely spot on. Braking just before the curb at about 70 metres. Nice and tidy. Tucked in nicely. Lets it run wide. 103.9 so far. 103.87 to beat. He does. He goes 103.728. Peter goes provisional pole with just over 5 minutes to go. Is Ivo still out on track? He is. This is ding-dong stuff in qualifying. Swapping times. In the meantime, Cyril's gone quicker. Ivo's setting himself up. here he goes. Just a quick rundown. In first, we have Peter Bransby. In second, Ivo Pakvis. Third, Cyril Verdmuller. Fourth, Kevin Cox. Fifth, Andreas Itten. Sixth, Anthony McAneil. Seventh, Henry McAneil. Eighth, Nick Curry. Ninth, Andy Simmons. 10th, Wilbert Veldhove. 11th, Cornelius Horn. 12th, Laszlo Molnar. 13th, Antoine Mazan. 14th, Paul McLeod. 15th, Sharjah Riaz. Rounds out our current top 15. Got a bit of traffic in front of us, Palooza and Riaz. Hopefully they won't get in the way. Riaz 2.5 seconds off the pace, unfortunately, so got the potential to catch him. Oh, nearly run wide. Might get a bit of a tow here. 103.728 to beat as Cyril Verdmuller goes up into second place. 0.049 behind Peter. What can Ivo do? Comes into the last corner now. Oh, he runs a bit wide. Nearly into the pits. He's backed out of it. He's backed out of it. Wow, that's exciting. He's going to have his last lap right at the end. Let's follow Andy Simmons, who goes off the track just as we just as we jump to him. Commentator's curse. We will follow Mikhail Palooza. He's currently following S. Riaz. So we've got 3 minutes to go. Peter's back out, Ivo's back out. Think these guys will have time for one more lap. Mikhail currently in 14th place. As Tobias Langer overtakes Ryan Lee to go to 18th. 3 minutes left. That works out as an out lap and maybe 2 fast laps. He's backed out of it. Why does that always happen? Let's go to Sharjah Riaz. Fastest lap of 106.133. Currently in 16th place. He comes across the line and does a slow over 107.211. Peter and Ivo back out of the pits. Let's follow Andy Itten. Trying to give some more guys a bit of coverage. Speaking of like Paul, Kyle, but in the pits at the moment. Top 15 covered by 2 seconds currently. Andy Itten currently in 5th place. His fastest is a 104.438. He dives into the pits again. I'm guessing for one last lap. Who shall we follow as Nick Curry's car's kind of sideways? Right. Let's follow Ivo. This will be coming onto his quick lap now. Currently in 3rd place, 0.175 behind. Based on my knowledge of these guys, I know that Peter Bransby is a very, very good defensive driver. Cyril is a very, very attacking, aggressive driver, but also fair. Ivo, very, very quick. Nick Curry's got the potential to be quick as well, but finds it difficult for consistency, keeping it on the track. Paul McLeod, very, very consistent. Is Ivo on a quick lap? 108.874 his last lap. There's a 103.953, just 0.079 behind. This will be maybe 2 laps. Came across with 1 minute 7 to go, a lap 1 minute 3. Cyril Verdmuller also out as well. So we're following Ivo's last lap. What can he do? Exciting, exciting, exciting. As Andy Simmons overtakes Andy Curry to go up into 8th place. Ivo directly behind Peter. He's probably getting a bit of toe off him as well. Is Peter going to get in the way? I hope not. That would be terrible. He pulls out the way just at the last minute. What can he do? 103.874 to beat. Oh, 0.174. He does not go quicker. Cyril's still out on track as we reach the end of the session. What can Cyril do? 0.078 with a 103.777, 103.700 to beat. What can he do? Let's come around the last corner now. We turn in, clips the curb, gets the car in the air. Cyril Verdmüller goes. Oh, 10th slower, 103.832. Who else is left out on track? Anthony McAneil. Just about to come across the line, 104.466 to beat. Currently in 6th. Goes 5 tenths slow over 104.946. Peter still out on track, not interested in his lap. Antoine Mazin, currently in 13th with a 105.442. What can he do? Goes slower, 106.537. Wow, what a session. As you can see, currently we have on pole Peter Brandsma, 103.700. Cyril Verdmüller in 2nd. Ivo Pakvis in 3rd. In actual fact, can we show the time? No, we can't. That's annoying. But yes, your top 15: Peter Brandsma, 103.700. Cyril Verdmüller, 700ths behind. Ivo Pakvis, 1.75 behind. Kevin Cox in 4th, 5 tenths. Andreas Iten, 0.708 in 6th. Anthony McAneil in 7th. Henry McAneil in 8th. Andy Simmons 9th. Nick Curry 10th. Wilbert Velthove. Our top 7 covered by a second. In 11th, Cornelius Horn. As we enter warm-up, still got the results here. So in 12th, Laszlo Molnar. 13th, Antoine Mazin, 1.742 behind. In 14th, Mikhail Palooza, 1.946. And 15th, Paul McLeod, 2.160 behind. I am going to take a break for 5 minutes, but we will be back shortly. And I am back. So, as we have 7.5 minutes of warm-up left, little bit more about myself. As I said, my name's Mark Harris. I actually do race Clios, so I do get what the deal is with them. Who should we follow? Let's go on board with Peter Bransma. Why not? That's fact. Let's go on board with Kevin Cox. We've not done much of him so far. Yeah, I do race Clios. A really good car if you're into your sim racing and you want to get used to it. There's quite a few good leagues out there for the Clios. You find the racing generally very close. Of course, even in a series such as this, setup seems to play quite a big part. With a front-wheel drive car, very different style of driving to a rear-wheel drive car. Say, for example, one of the GT cars, Formula cars, front-wheel drive, so you can't be too hasty on the power out of corners. Patience is a very big thing. A friend of mine actually, Arne Schoenvliet, who I would say is probably the quickest guy in a Clio at the moment, on rFactor2, he's absolutely blistering. Saying to me, one of the keys to this is being as smooth as you possibly can. You can scrub off a hell of a lot of speed if you're not smooth. As Kevin goes to the last corner, kind of sideways. So yeah, setting up the car, you almost want to make it as oversteery as possible, the setup. Particularly on a track like this, you really just want to be able to carry as much speed as you can through the corners, be able to turn in as well as you can, keep it nice and tight. Basically just drag the rear end of the car around. The rear end in these does absolutely nothing. It's really light, which is why you've got to be so careful. A slight tap on the rear end of one of these can send anybody spinning. Yeah, that's what I found with them, is you just got to be as smooth as possible. Go back to basics, make sure you hit all your apexes. Yeah, hit your apexes, be as smooth as you can. The racing is generally very good as well, due to the simplicity. They're just generally very good fun starter car to get into quicker things if you wanted to. Anyway, 5 minutes left in this warm-up session. Ivo is currently fastest, 104.0. Kevin does a 104.658. Guessing the guys here trying out some fuel, full fuel running. These races are 15 laps long. Who else haven't we followed yet? Let's follow Andy Simmons. As Peter Bransma does a 103.9, so pretty much very close to his qualifying time. The qualifying time being a 103.700, so 103.957, currently 3/10 off, as Andy Simmons gets it all wrong, turns into a lawnmower. Let's see what happened. Coming to the final corner, I think. Just bounced on the curb. Let's put him wide, and off he goes. What else has been going on? Kevin Cox has apparently gone off the track. That's fine, just pulling off the track. Okay, let's see what happens to Andy Simmons. What's this corner? Whoa, hey! Two-wheeling. Huh. Let's watch that again, shall we? 2 wheels on his wagon. Brilliant. I'm guessing these off tracks are just people pulling into the pits today. Yeah, it is. That's fine. But yeah, looking forward to this race. Top 8, very close. Cyril, I know, very competitive driver, very quick, quite aggressive, up against the defensive, very good car positioning of Peter Bransma. Ivo, I would say, is an all-rounder. As we see two cars getting a bit excited there. Oh dear. We'll ignore that. Right, let's follow somebody we've not followed for a bit. Let's follow Nick Curry around. Crabcross Motorsport, in the very distinctive green and blue colour. So I can hear somebody go off into the gravel. Nick running wide, scrubbing off time there. Let's keep following. It's not set a time yet in this warm-up session as we enter just the 2 minutes to go. As I say, the race format will be 15 laps with a warm-up lap. This track does look very, very simple, but I'm sure as a driver it really, really isn't. Braking just before the 50, turning in, taking as much of the inside as you can, let it run as wide as you can. Nick's gone wide, what a shame. What a shame, Nick. So currently Peter Brown's quickest in his warm-up with 103.957. As mentioned, his pole time was at 103.700, so 2.5 tenths off. I'm guessing that's the fuel. See what happened to Nick again there. This goes into the bits. Shame, looked like very neat and tidy laps. Shame he went off. Other things going on. Anthony McAneil's apparently gone off the track. Let's have a look what's happened. Just locked up and gone straight on into turn 1. As we have 25 seconds left. Who have we not looked at? Tobias Langer in the pink, very pink Clio. Currently 9 tenths off in this warm-up. Having a bit of a warm-up battle with Palusa, or Mikhail Palusa. There we go. 5 seconds left. I'm getting quite excited, so hopefully you are too. Pretty good turnout, 18 Clios. At Barbagallo, what could go wrong? Tobias Langer, quickest 104.874. His final lap in warm-up, he does a slower 105.554. That is indeed the end of the session. So worth saying as well, the second race in this series is a top 10 reverse grid, which does make things exciting as well. And there we go, race session. As the cars enter the grid. As I say, there is a warm-up lap, so no massive rush. So of course you can always keep an eye better on what's going on along the top bar. I'm just going to try and keep my best eye on things that I can. I'm going to keep an eye on that tower on the left hand side, see where cars are close, and try and give us the best view that we can. So, on pole, Peter Bruinsma. Second, Cyril Verdmuller. Third, Ivo Pakvis. Fourth, Kevin Cox. Fifth, Andrew Sitton. Sixth, Andy McAneil. Seventh, Henry McAneil. Eighth, Andy Simmons. Ninth, Nick Curry. 10th, Wilbert Velthuv. 11th, Cornelius Horn. 12th, Laszlo Molnar. 13th, Antoine Mazan. 14th, Mikhail Palutha. 15th, Paul McLeod. 16th, Sharjeel Riaz. 17th, Kyle Cardwell. And 18th, currently riding at the back of the grid today, is Tobias Langer. So, who do we start with? I will say we will start with Kevin Cox for the start, I think. This guy's warming up their tyres. Definitely makes a difference in rFactor2, warming your tyres up on the warm-up lap. Quick little look what else we can do over here. Pit stops, laps, speed. Not sure what that does. We'll leave it on that one. And what have we got up here? Probably not the time to be faffing, but you know. We'll leave it on that. Cap on both. So we are going to go on board Kevin Cox. Heartbeat racing. Waiting for those lights to go on. They come on. Klaxon, 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 and we are go! We've had a pretty good start. Coming up into turn 1. Peter Bransworth still in the lead. Good start. So available behind. Looking but careful. We've gone up into 3rd place. Great start. Let's have a look further back. Currently on board with Wilbert Velthove. Following the gang up the hill. We're behind Nick Curry. Let's follow Nick Curry. Can see Peter Bransworth. Can see the leader. That's a big incentive. We're behind Harry McAnill at the moment. No first up stuff at the moment. Mikhail Palusa spun around on the first lap. We're all neat and tidy. Look at this field of Clios. Look a big long snake. Peter Bransworth currently 4 seconds, or 4/10 even, ahead. Let's move up a bit. Let's go on board with Anthony McAnill. Let's come into the final turn. We're watching Ivo in front of us lock his brakes. It's currently Ivo all over the back of Kevin Cox. So we're going to look down the inside into turn 1. We're going to make it stick. Well defended by Kevin. He comes back to the outside. He's run wide a bit. Ivo with a gap. So we're running side by side. Slot back in. Rest of the field seem to be pretty much running line astern. Ivo's made a mistake. He's run wide. That's allowed Anthony McAnill to close up behind him. Andy Simmons has unfortunately spun around somewhere. All line astern. Let's see if we can see what happened to Anthony Simmons. Fortunately, we seem to have missed it. Let's go back. Anthony McAnill looking down the inside. Let's watch that again. He's looking down the inside. Oh, big bang. Big crash noise. What happened there? Not sure. So I think the broadcast rewound itself a little bit, but that's fine. We can watch that action again. So looking at the inside of Ivo, can't quite make it stick. So the field seems to be settling down. Let's move back a bit. Cornelius Horn, oh. Had a very, very slow running Clio there. I think Ivo Pavkis is the person to watch here. It's currently all over the back of Kevin Cox. He seems to have calmed himself down, recomposed himself. He's going to be having another look. That's slightly weird how that Clio seems to come through the camera, but everyone line astern. This probably the best action on the circuit, I would say, at the moment. Ivo Pavkis all over the back of Kevin Cox. Looking for that way past, following him, looking for that weakness, looking for that mistake. just have a little replay of Andy Simmons. This is where he got spun around. Very unfortunate. Back to live. Let's go. We are on board now with Ivo Pakvis. Sorry mate, I keep pronouncing your name wrong. We're looking to the inside. There's the gap. We are alongside. Surely this time. Who's going to brake later? It's Ivo. He gets through. Textbook pass. Where's Kevin? Bit of contact. He gives him room. Good driving. He comes right across the circuit. Give him a bit more room. But we are side by side. This of course is allowing the front guys to get back, and Anthony McAnill is right behind these now. He gets up the inside of Kevin Cox. This is starting to heat up now. Kevin Cox trying to defend for his life. Oh, Anthony up onto two wheels and Kevin just about saves it. Looks like we've calmed down a little bit for a second. This is definitely the best action on circuit based on the split times. Looks like Henry and Andres Itten are close. Yes, they are. Andres looking for that pass. My events tab's going crazy again. Looks like Mikhail Palusa's had another accident. Let's follow Andreas. He's looking for that pass. Probably not there. This of course allowing Nick Curry hopefully to catch up to these guys, currently running 8th. And Andy Etienne all over the back of Henry McAnill. Following, I would assume, is his brother. Everyone being calm at the moment, it seems. What's going to happen? So following Henry, looking, showing him he's there, trying to put him under pressure. Henry McAnill will be having a mirror full of orange Clio. Oh, so close. Good defensive drive, and he's covered the inside. Don't think Andres will be able to go around the outside. Will he be able to cut back now? No. Henry covering the line as Cyril Merdmiller puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 1:03.976. Andres looks like he's got this move done. No. Henry's still covering the right rear wheel, flying through the air. Still very, very, very close. Oh, as we touch. Seems like Anthony McAnill and Kevin Cox are very, very close again. You can see those in front of us. Can hear Andreas trailbaking there, hear the engine note. You could not be any closer, could you? Oh, great driving. He comes to the outside. Henry got the inside cover once again. Exactly the same as the lap before. We can see the guys in front scrapping as well. Kevin Cox looks like he's got up the inside. We're going around the outside. Can't quite make it. As these guys are fighting tooth and nail as well. Have we made it stick down the inside? Yes, we have. We've got past Anthony McAnill. Now Henry McAnill is right behind Andres. He wants that position back. He wants 6th place. Nick Curry edging closer and closer and closer. Oh, they touch. Henry's lost the momentum from that. And the gap, unfortunately, because that little tap's got a bit bigger. Kevin Cox still following Anthony McAnill. Very, very close. As we come down into the last turn, Anthony covering the inside line, forcing Kevin wide. He's got to try and make that stick around the outside. He's giving it a good go. He is giving it a good go. Can't quite make it. Been quite a clean race so far. Very clean race. I think this is definitely the best battle to be watching right now. Let's go on board with Kevin Cox. Let's see if we can get past Anthony here. The end of the S's into the right-hander. We've got a back marker. S. Riaz gets out of the way. I think more by luck than judgment. That's given Kevin the incentive to go to the inside. He's going to go to the inside at the final turn. Can he make it stick? No, he's run wide and he's run off the circuit. Would you believe it? Oh, Kevin. Kevin. Oh, man. What a shame. But while all this is going on, Cyril Vermeulen now is all over the back of Peter Brandsma for the lead. He's been saving his tyres, been catching up. Gap 0.238, that is close. Right, so let's see if we see what happened to Kevin Cox again. Just ran wide. Such a shame. But anyway, we're back with Cyril Vermeulen. So close. Just looking back through the order. Again, this is the best. Let's see if we can go on board with Cyril. So we have first Peter Brandsma, second Cyril Vermeulen, third Ivo Pakvis, fourth Anthony McAneil, fifth Andreas Itten, sixth Henry McAneil, seventh Nick Curry, eighth Kevin Cox, the recovering Kevin Cox, ninth Antoine Mazin, 10th Tobias Langer. Nick Curry's gone off the circuit. What has happened? He's gone down to 9th, 10th. No, Nick, what have you done? Let's see what happened. It's coming into the final turn. He's just hit the curb too hard and he's gone wide. Such a shame. Such a shame. He will be absolutely kicking himself with 5 laps to go. We're back on board with Cyril Vermeulen. 5 laps to go. Be trying to get into the mind of Peter Brandsma. I have to say Peter Brandsma is not the kind of man to get rattled, but we will see what happens over these next few laps. Cyril did have that phase where he was a little bit slow, a little bit more cautious, perhaps was saving some tyre. In actual fact, I think the closest battle is these guys. Let's see what's happening. Andreas Itten right up the gearbox. Well, not the gearbox, is it? But you know what I mean. The boot lid of Anthony McAneil. We're going to look. We've got a lap car right in the way. Carl Caldwell, and he flips off to the side. That is one way to get out of the way. That was absolutely ridiculous. Oh, first and second, very, very close. Fourth and fifth, very, very close. 4 laps to go. We've got a good run. Where can we put the car? Is there anywhere to put the car? We are right up behind. Peter covering the inside. Cyril looking to the outside. Trying to cut back. Peter keeping that car very, very tight to the inside of the road, but has he left a slight gap? Covers the inside again. Cyril's going to have to make this stick around the outside. We're trying to go around the outside. Can we get it? No, we can't. Look how close we still are. So close. Peter again doing a great job of defending. Cyril giving him a push round turn 1. Tobias Langer and Antoine Mazin look like they're having a great scrap. Let's see if we can see what happened there. There's Tobias Langer, whose car seems to be flying through the air. Literally. We've got watching Nick Curry behind. Nick Curry looks like he's been held up by these guys. In fact, let's go with Nick Curry. Oh, just as we go to him, he runs off the circuit. Gonna keep an eye on this for, I think, 1 lap on board the cockpit with Nick Curry. See if we can get past these guys. I'm keeping an eye at the top to see what Cyril and Peter do. Trust me, if anything happens, I will get the replay. So Nick's now got the run. We're going to go to the outside. What can Nick do? Can he hold this round here? It's obviously very difficult. Oh, bit of bargy, and he's got through. Not the cleanest move by any stretch of means, but he is through. Let's go back to Cyril. How close are we now? 2 laps to go. Well, 1.5 laps to go. Not even that. We're going to let round the outside into the last turn. He gets round. Can he hold it? No, he can't. He stays on the circuit just. There we are. Last lap. Hopefully, I think all that momentum's lost. That move just there may have just scuppered any chance of that happening. Such a shame. Runs the last lap. I think the gap is going to be too big. Closest battle on the circuit at the moment, Tobias Langer and Nick Curry. Let's go on board with Nick Curry. They are very, very, very close. Cyril, yeah, unfortunately he's dropped back 0.6. I think Peter Bransman has got this pretty much nailed, unfortunately. We'll keep our eye on this battle. Can Nick Curry pass on the final lap? He definitely is quicker. Got a lap car to deal with as well. What can we do? What can we do? We're so close. That's how close we are. Peter Branswell will win the race. We're coming across the line now to win. Good little battle with Cyril Werdmiller. He weaves with delight, but we're going to go back to Nick Curry. Although it looks like he's made a mistake and the gap's too big. As for Anthony McAneal, coming through the last turn. He's beeping his horn like a madman. I know he has finished. He has finished. So Nick Curry does finish 9th. Tobias Langer finishes 10th. Robert Baltahove finishes 11th. But let's have a look. What happened? This was on the second to last lap, 14th lap. Cyril Werdmiller looks to the outside, tries to hold it. He does get into first, but just runs out of track, unfortunately. And that was it. He lost the run, unfortunately. But yes, very, very good racing. Very, very good racing. Let's have another look. Let's have a look on board with Peter Bransford at that last event. So he was coming down into this corner. He was looking for where Cyril was. Did he actually get to see Cyril go past? No, he didn't even get to see him. He must have been clapping his hands. All the pressure gone on that last thing. The last corner. There we go. That is the end of race 1, folks. As I mentioned, no qualifying session. We have a warm-up now, I believe, which I'm going to pause the broadcast for a little minute, and then we will be back. Take care. And I am back. So, just over 5 minutes left in this warm-up session. Chance for those drivers. Well, obviously one major advantage to sim racing over real life racing is you can put the kettle on, go for a drink, use the loo. Yeah, if you're watching this for the first time and interested in rFactor2, so the main difference between this and other sims is its simminess. The key word is dynamic. The tyres are dynamic, the track's dynamic, so it has a build-up of rubber over time. So normally at the beginning of a session the track's a lot slower, a lot slippier than at the end of the session when the rubber's down. Makes kind of sense if you're into motorsport. Hopefully that first race was good. There was some good racing there towards the front and the mid-pack. Yeah, definitely recommend if you were looking for somewhere to start off. Revs is a good place to start every Tuesday. If you sign up on their forum, there's always events going on, no matter what your sim is. I've just recently bought Project Cars, stuff going on with that, rFactor2. So yeah, lots of options. I'm going to try something crazy and change the camera angle, because I wanted to look backwards in that last race from the view of Peter Branswell when Cyril Verbula was all up our rear end. I don't know in this view if the normal camera angles work. If they do, that will be amazing. No, they don't. It's just changed a button on my stream instead. Let's go back to somebody else on the track. Ashley Martin. I don't think he was in the first race, but he is a name that I recognise. Who I think was all over the back of me at Thruxton. But no, the normal camera angles don't work. I'm assuming in this replay tool there's like lots of onboard angles. I'm assuming you can tweak them, but you know, we'll sort that out eventually. So here we are with Ashley Martin. Like I say, there's 20 cars now. There was 18 in the first race, I think, so we've got 2 new people. Let's follow Ashley around. Best time so far in this session, a 104.0. Peter did a 103.9 in the warm-up last time round, and his pole time was a 104.7. So that just shows the difference in pace with the fuel loads. One dangerous thing I can see that may happen in this race is we have somebody with a name just I, who is currently 6 seconds off the pace. So hopefully that doesn't cause too much of a problem in the next race. So who has gone quicker this race is Antoine Mazin with a lap 0.6 behind, so a 104.6. That is I think an improvement on his qualifying time, which was, yeah, definitely. His qualifying time was 1.7 seconds past pole, so that's putting him at 104.7. That's putting him in the 105, so he's pulled out a lap 0.6 seconds off 104.0, so 104.6, so he's gone over a second faster. That's quite impressive. So we're coming up to the end of the warm-up now. 1 minute 50 left, still following Ashley Martin, as I say, newcomer, name I recognise from Thruxton, who was following me in 3rd or 4th place, so he's obviously got quite a bit of pace. If he's just jumped into this, won't have a setup, won't know the circuit, it might be slightly different, but see what he does. Did a 105.655 before. He does a... Okay, didn't log his lap for some reason, must have cut the circuit or something then. So yeah, in this warm-up session we have Peter Branswell first, Kevin Cox second, 0.380 behind, Antoine Mazin, Tobias Langer, Henry McAneil, Cornelius Horn, Mikhail Palusa, Ashley Martin, Sharjeel Riaz, Carl Cardwell, the mysteriously named I, Andreas Itten, Cyril Verdman, Ivo Pakvis and Anthony McAneil yet to set times. So as I say, reverse grid. So I think it definitely makes sense to start on board with Peter Brandsma in this one, as Ashley Martin stuffs it into the wall. But yeah, I think we're done. See if we can change the tower to actual lap times. Are these lap times? I want to see the actual lap time of everybody rather than just the difference. Would have been more handy for qualifying. Hey ho, we'll leave it. Broadcast worked, I think, reasonably well so far. Hope whoever's watching it is enjoying it. As we just wrap this warm-up session up. As we can, we'll watch Ashley Martin go off again. Chill, man up. Good. Yeah, as we go back to live. The calm before the storm, it seems. Wouldn't mind going to Perth. I think the weather's slightly better than here in the United Kingdom. I suppose we're getting into our summer and it's still not great. Hey ho. Just waiting for the session to wrap up now. Here we go. Race time. So let's start on board with Peter Brandsma. Starting in 9th. Must have had somebody drop out, unfortunately. Let us start on board. Completely different kettle of fish here. We know that Peter Brandsma and Cyril Verdmüller in front of us, and Ivo are very, very quick. Anthony and Andreas aren't particularly slow either as we go off on the warm-up lap. So completely different. So on pole we have Tobias Langer in the unmistakable pink Clio. Second, Nick Curry. Third, Kevin Cox, who after that incident in race 1 dropped down a little bit but pushes him further up the grid in race 2. Fourth, Harry McAneil. Sometimes they're the different way around for some reason, not sure why. Fifth, Andreas Itten. Sixth, Anthony McAneil. Seventh, Ivo Pakvis, who'll be looking for an improvement on his third last time out. 8th, Cyril Verdmüller. 9th, Peter Brandsma. 10th, Wilbert Velthove. 11th, Andy Simmons. 12th, Cornelius Horn. 13th, Paul McLeod. 14th, Laszlo Molnar. 15th, Mikhail Palusa. 16th, Sharjah Riaz. 17th, Ashley Martin. 18th, Carl Cardwell. 19th, Antoine Mazan. And 20th is currently this guy called I, who I think might be a bit dangerous. Not to assume, but new guy in the server, done no practice, starting at the back, slightly dangerous, but we will see. Let's go back on board with Peter Brandsma as we're approaching the grid. We've got the replay function ready on spin around for any incidents. We're on board again. Peter Brandsma, not used to reverse grids I don't think in the Clios. This is something unique to Revs currently. As we put our car in our grid slot. Although it does look like he's quite far behind his grid slot, but hey ho. Perhaps he's done that on purpose, I don't know. There we are, red lights on. And we are... go! Cyril Verdmüller has overtaken Ivo Pakvis. We're all through clean. Peter Brandsma going very wide. Andy Simmons behind. Be pleased to see that. Andy Simmons is a clean driver as we're hopping over the curbs. Looks like Ivo and Cyril very, very close. Ivo bouncing all over the floor. Cyril Verdmüller trying to look up the inside. What's going on at the front? Nick Curry looks like he's attacking the leader. Got Andy Itten's gone up the inside of Henry McAneil. It's all going on. Let's go board of Ivo. Looks like Peter Brands was looking at the inside. Let's say completely different. Stream of Clios everywhere. It's very hard to know where to look. Kevin Cox goes up into second. Nick Curry gets him back. They're fighting with each other. Nick Curry holds his place well. Nick Curry's lost a lot of momentum. Nick now under massive pressure from Andreas Itten. Andreas looks at the inside. Nick holds on to second. Ivo Packers has got up alongside Anthony McAneil. There's just lots of black Clios everywhere. Cyril Vermeulen looking for a way past. Just go on board. On board with Cyril Vermeulen, we can see Anthony McAneil, Ivo Packers in front. Quicker guys not making as much progress as we thought. Nick Curry now down into 4th place. Once this is all settled down, we'll have a look. Ivo Packers and Anthony McAneil bang doors. We're looking for a way around the outside. Can we make it stick? We're blocking Ivo in. Looking for a space. Where's Ivo? Where's Ivo? Where's Ivo? That's what I'd be thinking now. As we're looking at the inside, Ivo's probably up there. Henry McAneil's looking at the inside of Nick. He tags him, goes wide. That's another place. Thank you very much. Let's go on board with Cyril. Oh, looks like Kevin Cox has gone wide. Let's try and have a look what's going on. Let's see. Kevin Cox got past Nick Curry. As this is calm, we will have a look. Nick Curry went wide. That's unfortunate for him. And the two guys got past. Let's try and have a look what happened. Nick Curry. So we come into the final turn. Oh, he's actually tagged. Nearly held on to it. Let's go back. What's going on? Lap 3. Cyril Vermeulen. Current order. Tobias Langer, Andreas Itten, Kevin Cox, Nick Curry, Anthony McAneil. Cyril Vermeulen, Ivo Packers. These two fighting with each other, letting the leaders get away. Nick Curry still in 4th. Cyril Vermeulen, we're going to go up the inside. Nice clean pass. Cyril Vermeulen is the man with the plan. He is the one moving forward. Although Anthony's got a great run of that last corner. He's going to come back up the inside. Yes, he is. Cyril trying to hold it around the outside. He's getting squeezed out. Ivo's gone down the inside. Peter Brands was looking down the inside as well. This is crazy stuff. On board with Cyril again. It's the left-hander. Got Ivo right behind us. 5 for 6. And then Peter Brands were right behind us again. This top group very, very, very close. On board Andy Itten now currently in 2nd. Looking to see if we can get past Tobias Langer. Going to show that we're there. He's left the door open. He's left the door open. They touch. We're still going. We're still going. Let's go on board with Nick Curry has been overtaken by Anthony McAneil and Ivo Packers. Wonder what happened there. We're going to try and keep up with these guys. What a massive trail. Peter Brands now trying to get past Nick Curry. We'll see what happens now, and then we'll see, try and see what has happened. This overtaking manoeuvre. Let's try and see what happened. Hopefully this replay will work. Nick Curry went wide again. That's why they managed to get past. Such a shame. And all the cars come streaming past. Whoa, I didn't see that happen to Cyril. Cyril went very, very wide. I didn't see that. He hit the wall. Cyril Vermeulen now down in 11th place. We're now live again with Peter Brands. We're looking to see if we can get past Nick Curry. So we'll change at the front. Andreas Itten's gone past. Kevin Cox has gone past Tobias Langer. Wow, I'm trying to keep up. Let's see what happened. This is for the lead. seemed to break very early. Andreas Itten went round the outside, as did Kevin Cox. Let's go back to live. What's going on? Peter Bransman's got past Nick Curry now. Nick Curry going backwards, unfortunately, at the moment. See if we can get a replay of what happened. Got in the last corner. Peter Bransman had a massive run, managed to get the switchback done, and actually got the pass done before we even got to turn one. I literally cannot keep up with everything that's going on. So, in first, Andreas Itten. Kevin Cox, right behind us. In fact, we're looking to get past. This is the battle for the lead. Going to try and get around the outside. 6 laps gone already. Going to try and let around the outside. We've got the top 5 very, very close. That's how close we are. We're actually touching Ivo as we go around turn 1. We've made the pass stick. Let's go on board with Ivo Pavkis. Where are he? He's got back pass. No, we're touching, we're touching. What's going on? Ivo's been pushed out wide. Peter's got past him. Nick Curry's now looking for a way past. All that action going on for this 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th place, 8th place, 9th place, all very, very close. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. That's how close it is, guys. As it looks like Andreas Itten, it's looking down the inside. The guys at the front very, very close. He's got back pass, but Andy Itten's taken him back again. Let's see what happened. So we're going into the last turn. Andy Itten looking to hold it. Covers the inside. Kevin Cox tries to look around the outside. And they're still going at it. The gaggle behind seems to have calmed down a bit. Oh, they touch, they touch! Banging doors, Kevin Cox. Maybe a bit aggressive, but in fairness, if he let Andy back past, that was good driving. That was considerate driving. Oh, looks like Nick Curry's gone off, unfortunately, again. We're 3 abreast now. We're 3 abreast. What is going on? I don't know where to look. We are 3 abreast. Tobias Lang is coming through the middle. Got Andy Itten to the left. Kevin Cox to the right. They touch. We've got Ivo looking down the inside as well. And where's it all going to end? This is great driving. They've all avoided an accident. We've got all 5 like a dice. The 2 orange Clios, Andy and Peter. Andy has gone from 1st to 5th in the space of about 5 corners. We're all locking brakes. Wow. Literally wow. Let's have a look. Scoreboard of Anthony McAnill, these 2 orange Clios in front. Peter's hit the curb, he's lost his momentum. Kevin Cox is trying to get by on the inside of Tobias Langer. Ivo Pavkis is looking, he's like prowling. He's slithering, he's looking for the RKO. Wow, so let's try and go back to trackside and see what's going on. So Kevin, no, Ivo's got down the inside. Ivo's got down the inside. Ivo, Pavkis, Cox, Langer, Itten, Bransman, McAnill. Look at this. We're looking back down the inside of Kevin Cox, Tobias Langer. We're not going to get that done. Peter Bransman looking down the inside of Andreas Itten. He's done it. No, it's Itten going past. No, Bransman's got back past. Let's go to these guys. McAnill looking down the inside. They avoid contact. He's actually managed to lose a place there. Oh, they bang doors. Oh, still banging doors. Got Harry McAnill looking to get past wherever he can. To bats all over the curbs. Top guys seem to have calmed down a little bit. Let's go on board. Let's look with Anthony McAnill. I'm sorry guys further back. I'd love to give you some airtime, but it's all happening up here at the moment. Oh, they touch again. How close can you get? TV cop, but let's have a look what's going on. So, we're looking for a way past Andreas Itten again. On board with Anthony McAneil. Lap 10. I have no idea where the last 5 laps have gone. They just seem to have disappeared. Peter Brands was looking at the inside of Tobias Langer right in front of us. We're looking for the better run, better exit, to try and get the run into turn 1. Peter Brandsma's done exactly that, to try and get inside Tobias Langer. We're not quite close enough. Peter Brandsma trying to get past this bright pink car of Tobias Langer. Can we do it? Can we hold it tight? Front 2 getting away now. Ivo is driving away. Kevin Cox 1 second behind. Tobias Langer 2.5 behind. Peter Brandsma 2.7. Andreas Itten right behind us. We've got an awesome run. Close but not touching. Anthony McAneil's got past Anthony Itten again. We will have a look what happened there in a second. Let's see what's going on. Cyril Verdmüller's got back up into 8th place, 7th place, 6th place. Cyril Verdmüller, where has he come from? Literally, where has he come from? Oh, they've touched! They've touched! 2 cars gone off. Andy Itten and Andy Simmons have both gone off. Cyril gone up into 6th. Let's have a look. These guys coming into this turn. Andy Itten turns in, nowhere to go. Henry McAneil, they both go off. Let's try and go back to live. What is going on? Peter Brandsma looks like he's gone off. He has! What has happened there? Let's see what happened to Peter Brandsma. He's looking for a pass down the inside of Tobias Langer. He makes the move. Oh! They turn into each other. Unfortunately for Peter Brandsma, he goes off. But I think here, Cyril Verdmüller has got a great shout at a podium, and maybe, I don't know about second, maybe that's too much, but we're going to go down the inside of Anthony McAneil. No, we're not. Well, let me draw a breath. So, Ivo Packers first, Kevin Cox second, Anthony McAneil third, Cyril Verdmüller fourth, Tobias Langer fifth, Andy Simmons sixth, Wilbert Veltov come from nowhere again up in 7th, Nick Curry 8th, Peter Brandsma 9th, Mikhail Palusa 10th. That rounds out our top 10 at the moment. So Verdmüller looking for the pass into the last turn. Now into this turn. I think this is going to be the best thing. Nick Curry up into 7th. Let's have a look what happened there. Ah, that's what happened. Fortunately, Caninius horn went off. Actually, it was Andy Simmons who went off. Oh, he locked out. Oh, looks like a bit locked out, a bit of lag, unfortunately, and he's gone off. Let's go back to live. We are back on board with Cyril Verdmüller in 4th place. 3 laps to go. We are trying to get past Anthony McAneil for the final podium place. Wilbert Veltov has literally come from nowhere, but we have gone down the inside. We have gone down the inside. We are up into 3rd place. Cyril Verdmüller has recovered from an accident all the way down to 11th, back up into 3rd, but Anthony McAneil is not giving up on this. Cyril runs wide. Anthony looking to get back past. The next close bit of action is Andy Simmons and Peter Brandsma. So what's it? Can Peter Brandsma get these places back? This is for 8th place. Peter Brandsma, winner of race 1, behind Andy Simmons. All of the other gaps seem to be quite big. Cyril Verdmüller and Anthony McAneil are close too. Peter Brandsma and Andy Simmons battling it out here. The gap between 1st and 2nd is currently 2 seconds. So Henry McAneil goes past Andreas Itten, who I think pulled into the pits, unfortunately. But now we are coming on to the last lap. Anthony McAneil and Cyril Verdmüller are right next to each other. Let's follow this, see what happens. Let's go on board with Cyril Verdmüller. Let's see if we can make this happen. Anthony McAneil actually got back past. Trying. We've been forced to the outside. Now to the inside. Anthony McAneil runs wide. Cyril Vermeulen now has the inside. Anthony McAneil trying to be very, very aggressive. But Cyril Vermeulen's going to the inside. Changes into a very, very high gear. You can hear the engine screaming. And we've touched! We have touched! Both got off. Not sure what happened there. And we've come back onto the track and hit. Somebody has hit us. I think it's Nick Curry has hit Cyril Vermeulen. I hope not. That would be such a shame. But Ivo Pavkis comes through to win race 2. Kevin Cox second. Wilbert Veltov third. Tobias Langer fourth. Anthony McAneil fifth. It looks like Andy Simmons and Peter Bransma have hit each other on the last lap as well. They're both trying to recover the car. Nick Curry's going to come back through. Oh, what is going on? Nick Curry flies through to finish 7th. Wow, let's try and dissect all of that stuff that has happened. So, wow. So let's start with what happened with Cyril Vermeulen and Anthony McAneil. Anthony McAneil just come across the front of Cyril Vermeulen. Unfortunately, that was that. And Nick Curry had nowhere to go and hit him. Seems there's quite a lot of lag, unfortunately, now. Let's see what happened with these guys on the last lap. Blimey. So, that is the end of the race. So our final review. Ivo Pavkis first, Kevin Cox second, Wilbert Veltov third, Tobias Langer fourth, Anthony McAneil fifth, Mikhail Palusa sixth, Nick Curry seventh, Peter Bransma eighth, Andy Simmons ninth, Cyril Vermeulen 10th, 11th Sharjeel Riaz, 12th Paul McLeod, 13th Laszlo Molnar, 14th Carl Cardwell, 15th Cornelius Horn, 16th Henry McAneil, 17th Andreas Itten, who unfortunately DNF, Ashley Martin 18th DNF, Antoine Mazan 19th DNF, and the unknown I was unfortunately disqualified. So, I have to say, to anyone who did watch that, thank you very much. I hope it was enjoyable. There was some great racing to watch. I will, hopefully, if this has been a success, maybe catch you again. Cheers, bye.